The Toon Army were linked with the move for the youngster earlier this week, but the fans are not sure. Jonathan Swain: "No thanks. Not for that money." Ruben Loftus-Cheek is much better and would be the same money. Ian St. Villa: "Fans think they're going to get 40 mil. I think 20 mil is probs the most I would pay. Had a great 6 months at the end of last season, but places a step up." Glenn Cleave: "The lad has some talent and seems hungry for the place, a bit too hungry in the playoff final against Fulham, but Villa are pimping him for the future England setup, so bench warmer at Chelsea or Man City it is, hence a ridiculous price tag." Mayorton O'Karain: "I think he's a decent player with lots of potential, the same as I thought of Kennedy. When I said snap Kennedy up on loan I was laughed at by Toon fans and now they love him. I'd say snap him up, but only if the price is right, possibly loan if all goes well, 2025 mil tops, if he flops then off back to Villa." Allen FC: "Newcastle want Grealish to replace Shelvey, who has proven to be a liability, moody, sulky, bad attitude and temperament. Grealish would be a great improvement, but the reality is they have little chance of signing him as he will go to bigger clubs offering more money and higher wages. Newcastle won't want to push the boat out. They lost over £90 million in the last financial year. Young 23 will be a future star if he keeps himself on the right track. Had a good season for Villa. Rafa would get best out of him. Golden Wave: "For all the possibilities of investment that can occur this summer, it is hard to see us, boxing smart, in a very public bidding war here. Similar players that fit Rafa's mold and that are more hidden across Europe will become available for a portion of the eventually price he is sold for. Better value per pound will be found elsewhere, I suspect. Villa will not be held to ransom over star midfielder Jack Grealish, according to reports." The Press Association, via BT Sport, say that while the £30 million rated star is their most saleable asset, that doesn't mean they will allow him to leave on the cheap. Grealish, who enjoyed a breakthrough season despite the ultimate disappointment of missing out on promotion, has been linked with Newcastle, West Ham, Manchester United and Leicester, though PA poured cold water on a move to the King Power. They also say Grealish, who wants to stay for another year, could remain at Villa Park, and the club will look for other income sources. John Terry has left the club, Alan Hutton is also out of contract, and players James Chester could find themselves the subject of speculation. Villa's current financial woes stemmed from their failure to return to the Premier League and a missed payment to HMRC. PA say Villa have now paid £500,000 and are expected to shell out a further £1.2 million by the end of the week. The outstanding amount is then likely to be sent swiftly, ensuring administration is not an immediate threat. Exclusive: latest cost-cutting measure: Aston Villa are considering selling a plot of land close to Villa Park to deal with their ongoing financial problems. Birmingham Live understands that Brookvale, the staff parking site on the junction of Whitton Road and Tame Road, will be put up for sale to raise funds for the struggling club. The facility is in a desirable location close to the stadium and could raise around £4.5 million if sold with planning permission. Back in 2011 the site was approved for a housing project of up to 130 homes but was never sold. And in 2016 the derelict buildings that stood on the site were demolished, allowing the car park to function more efficiently. It's now understood that it will be sacrificed in the times ahead. Villa have a cash flow problem that needs addressing and measures are being taken to deal with the issues. It's a massive club so players won't want to leave. Former Aston Villa striker on club's financial plight. What is Villa's financial situation? With regards to financial fair play, rules in the Championship allow clubs to lose £13 million per year over a 3-year period. Villa's catastrophic loss of £81 million in their final Premier League season, 2015-16, set the tone for the chaos unfolding before our eyes, but it's at the end of next season when they'll be judged. Villa lost £14.5 million in their first season, 2016-17, back in the Championship, with costly purchases of Jonathan Kodjia, Ross McCormick, Scott Hogan and others setting the club back £88 million. A similar loss is anticipated for the 2017-18 campaign, which means Villa are on course to breach FFP regulations. Does Tony Shaw actually have the money? Shaw has always remained secretive with regard to his finances. The owner has never openly revealed his financial clout, which has led to informed estimates in the business world. It's extremely difficult to find that information out, if not impossible, says Keith Morgan, football finance expert and director at Mazars International Business Advisors. Trying to find out someone's financial background in communist China is virtually impossible. Recon recently signed a sponsorship deal to the naming rights of Villa's Bodymore Heath training bass. The capital being injected into the club is commercially sensitive, but it has led to speculation that a similar, more lucrative, deal could be done at Villa Park. It's our understanding that Recon could take out a sponsorship deal on Villa Park, if Shaw deems it financially viable. Mega-rich Manchester City agreed a 10-year stadium sponsorship deal with Etihad Airways worth £400 million in 2011. The agreement allowed City to disregard any concerns over financial fair play. Kieran Maguire, lecturer in football finance at the University of Liverpool, told us, since Shaw has taken over the club, he has been putting over £4 million in every month to underwrite the wage bill. He hasn't put that in recent months. The big question is why. If he doesn't have the money, or is hacked off with spending it, that could be a problem. Report reveals startling wages at Aston Villa as fans fear for finances. Why would a football club file for administration? Football clubs filing for administration is increasingly rare nowadays. Administration is a protective order to prevent full liquidation. It's something which is put forward by the company to buy time for it to put a proposal to its creditor, Morgan adds. Administration is not a result in itself, because you still need a route out of it. Aston Villa are owned by Recon Group, which is also owned by Shaw, and the holding company is listed as Zhejiang Ruiking Recon Investment Company Limited. In order for Villa to file for administration, club officials would need the consent of Tony Shaw. What is a winding up order and what it means for Aston Villa? Is every player up for sale? Sources close to senior stars at Villa have admitted the current crop of players are in limbo. With Villa in a financial pickle, the club will have to listen to offers for their assets. Senior figures at the club are resigned to losing starman Jack Grealish, and that sale appears the most viable solution to their problems. Due to Grealish climbing through the ranks at Villa, any fee they receive for the 22-year-old will count entirely as profit in their bid to stay within the confines of FFP. Premier League vultures are expected to arrive with cheeky bids for Villa's star players. In order for a transfer fee to count as profit and assist in Villa complying with FFP, they need to sell players for more than their market value. Their market value depends on the transfer fee they were purchased for and their contract length and salary. Revealed, another sign of Aston Villa's desperate cash flow problem. What is the best-case scenario? Former Leeds United chairman Gerald Krasner has experience of firefighting at a cash-strapped football club and insists Aston Villa are not going to go bust. My view is that the money will come in the short term. There will be a lot of departures from Villa. Aston Villa next season will not compare with last season, but if they can sell the players, they will be fine. They have got to see today's problems out. Krasner alluded to a sale once Villa's outstanding tax bill is settled, and that's echoed by FFP expert Maguire. The best fans can hope for is a quick sale, Maguire says. There are interested parties, and if one makes a bid they can all start again. That would be a big advantage for the club. If Shaw was to walk away from Villa, he would do so with a huge hole in his pocket. According to Morgan, if Shaw is to make Villa a success, he needs to provide a large injection of cash soon to ease the pressure. He said, it's the only way. He's got a hope in hell of getting his money back.